Hi guys, as you can see, I'm not in my warm study, I'm in my back garden. It's December 12th, it's quite cold, so I'm going to be relatively quick with this one if it's alright with you. A couple of weeks ago, we had our 5th foundation session. We started looking at the doctrine of God as creator, and I imagine that this doctrine is something that is quite precious to many of us, quite familiar to many of us. Our favourite psalm, for many of us it would be Psalm 19, the heavens are declaring the glory of God. Our favourite hymn, for many of us, it would be How Great Thou Art. O Lord my God, when I, in awesome wonder, consider all the works Thy hand hath made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, Thy power throughout the universe displayed. For many Christians, I expect the question of why also comes up. Why would God, who has no need of anything, create everything? And there are various good answers. God delights in that which is good and beautiful and true, and creation is an undoubted beauty and an undoubted good, and so he creates and he delights in creation. But there is another answer that Scripture gives, and we find it in Colossians 1, verses 15 to 20. When Paul tells us that Jesus is the image of the invisible God, through him all things have been made, by him all things have been made, and for him all things have been made. And that includes this rather soggy leaf. It includes this blade of grass. All things were created through him and for him. Just right next to me is the grave of our pet George, who died in September, and we miss him dearly. But he had his 7 years of life, and he gave us a great amount of joy, and he was created through Jesus and for Jesus. All things are designed to give Christ glory, to make Jesus look beautiful. G.K. Chesterton observed this, of how creation and Christ are connected, and at his incarnation, all of creation was giving Jesus praise. In his poem, A Christmas Carol, he writes this: "The Christ child sat at his mother's knee. His hair was like a crown. All the flowers looked up at him, and all the stars looked down. All things were created through him and for him, without exception." That sunset, that blade of grass, that soggy leaf, that pet, all things were created to make Jesus look beautiful. And that's just one part, not only of the story of creation, but the story of Christmas.